Hi, this is Sarah, and today is going to be a Fatty to Fitty vlog. It's going to be a little bit different though, because tonight is Thursday night, and this is there's only sort of like a couple of nights in, the week that I'm actually able to film because, I have the house to myself. It's just me and the dog and nobody to interrupt, so it's quite peaceful and chilled. And I forgot this morning to weigh myself. And then I weighed myself this afternoon after I got back from the gym, and it said 140, and I was thinking, oh my god, A, I've been busting my ass for 2 weeks straight, and B, I'm somehow heavier today than I was 2 days ago. But I was holding firm at 138 again. Sorry, not 238. So I know what I did wrong, which was to weigh myself at the wrong time. And also, this is going to be like a little too much information moment for a second. I am on my period, so water retention is like, I'm a lady, so water retention is like a sport for me. And I'm very good at it. So I really understand why the numbers are creeping up. So let's see, what have I been doing this week? This is week 2 now officially of the 1-year program with the trainer. We're working on the foundations program. So as I said last week, I think I said this, the foundations program is about getting sort of like a baseline of fitness almost. Evening things up, getting form on a lot of different exercises, and correcting my imbalances. Now, for me, I'm quad dominant, as he says, which is to say that the front of my legs kick in a lot more often than my hamstrings at the back. So I have to concentrate a lot on exercises that involve activating my hamstrings. So for instance, I do, he calls it a hip easel, but when I looked it up online, it was like a half bridge. So it depends what you're looking at. But what it is you lie flat on your back, bring your knees up, so your feet are sort of, 4 to 6 inches away from your bum. And then you press up through your heels. So you're kind of air humping, but with your knees together. Nothing filthy. You're at the gym, you're in public. And I do, when I'm with him, I do 3 sets of 15 reps doing that. Usually 15, although it depends. Sometimes it seems to be that my sets are getting a little bit bigger on certain exercises, so anywhere between, it's always at least 15 reps of an exercise, unless I just, if it's something with dumbbells or something, I go up in weights. And when I go up in weights, then we tend to stick with 12 and then work our way back up to 15, it seems like. I could just run through my routine. That would actually probably make the most sense. So when I go to see my trainer, I try to make it there early, or if it's today, for instance, I just didn't get to the bus early enough. So I got there about 10 minutes before my appointment. So I did, I think it was like a 7-minute warm-up on the treadmill, and I've got sort of a heart rate range that I have to go into, so I get into that heart rate range that he's given me, and once I'm there, I try and do at least 3 minutes before moving on to anything else, at least, as a warm-up. So I know I have to hit at least 146. I do treadmill for my warm-up, even though it's not my favorite. I don't really like a treadmill, because, I don't know, I'm not very good at, walking outside, I can walk in a straight line and it's cool. But on a treadmill, all of a sudden I get really, like, I don't want to fall off the back. I don't know. So do that. And then the first thing that we start off with is squats. I'm still trying to get my legs a bit stronger, so we're still working through shitty fake squats. So what it involves is taking an exercise ball, putting it up against the wall at my lower back, and using that as sort of like a pivot point so that I can really get my legs into it. Because I'm very clumsy. As soon as I do anything that throws my balance off, rather than the muscles that should take over taking over, other muscles take over. And so I'm not in the position that I should be, if that makes sense. So rather than my pelvis pivoting a certain way, it pivots another way, and I'm activating my quads instead of my hamstrings. It's all very crazy. And when I do just like a normal completely unassisted squat, I'm still really shaky. So it's not really, there's some stuff that he's obviously really impressed that I've been able to do, even though I'm so fantastically unfit when I started. And then there's other stuff that's like, so yeah. But yeah, I do the squats with it started out with just like the exercise ball. And now I'm starting out with the squats with the exercise ball. And as I'm doing the squats, I'm actually holding a medicine ball out where you are. So you would be my medicine ball, which I think I'm doing either 5 or 6 pounds for that. And that's totally fine. So I do 3 sets of that. And then we went into, let me think. Oh my god, I'm so useless. Because we're doing different things at different times. So then I think I did hip easels, which are the thing where you push through your heels to elevate your hips. So you're like air humping while laying down on a mat with your knees together, because it's a polite exercise. Then I did a standing cable row, which is just where it stands, just what it sounds like. You stand up, and it's this one particular, I think it's the TRX machine. Oh no, it's a big pulley. With these 2 handles at 90 degrees from each other, and you just, so you got it out like this, and you step away from the machine, you arch your back, so you're leaned back, see, like this, and then you pull, and actually you're starting around here, but you pull it right into your abdomen, so you're squeezing the middle of your back, basically. So that's really fun. And what else? Then lunges, I could only do 2 sets today, but it's like you said, my form's getting a lot better with them, which is good, and as long as I can get my hamstrings working a bit better. But then we did other leg stuff today as well, so like after we did that, what did we do then? Planks. And I'm still only doing half-assed planks, so instead of doing like a full plank, I have my knees down, so sort of like if you're doing a girly push-up, that same sort of concept. So I plank from a girly position with my knees down instead of like the full plank, up on your toes, which I will be doing tomorrow, because I did 5 reps of 15 seconds, and then like my last plank was 55 seconds, because he was just like, he was just like joking, he was just teasing me. It's like, and we'll do a plank. I was like, okay, fuck it, why not? Let's do a plank. So I held it for 55 seconds. He was like, nice, okay, tomorrow we're gonna do a real plank. Awesome. I mean, my goal for the end of the foundation routine is to, be able to do at least an assisted pull-up again, because I haven't been able to do that for years. Which he thinks I might not necessarily be able to do, might be able to do, who knows? It would be awesome if I could. I think that's the biggest thing. It would be awesome if I could. You know, I'm trying to aim big. And then, you know, what I'm saying to myself is, if I can do it, that is amazing, and that's a real achievement. And just talking to some people online, it's like, well, if you can't do it, don't feel bad, because it's crazy hard. So I figure if I aim for the crazy hard things, and if I can do at least assisted versions of those exercises, then it's something. Anyway, what did we do after the planks? We did more squats, but it wasn't like against the wall. It was on, like, as you sit down onto a bench sort of thing. So you get really used to like pivoting your pelvis. So, what I'm going to be starting to do tomorrow is, instead of working with the medicine ball, I'm going to have like a dumbbell with both hands held under my chin like that, and I'm going to weight that. I think it's a goblet squat, but it might not be. I think what I'm doing now is technically goblet squat. That's what I listed on at Fittocracy. Oh, that reminds me. Wait, no, I'll finish this first. The last thing, which wasn't actually the last thing that I did, the last thing I actually did, the last actual exercise, was another 3 sets of those crazy squats onto the bench. But that's completely, you know, that's cool. I also did medicine ball core twists, which is where you stand with your knees slightly bent, your back straight. You look forward because you keep your hips straight and aimed at the wall. And you're just twisting, so your core twists, but not your hips. See? While holding a 10-pound medicine ball. And the shocking thing and the kind of shitty thing is that, like, my core can take it, my shoulders cannot. I kind of wish that there was some way that I could. When we were doing this one that sort of, I think they were called wood choppers. I think that's what they are, but I could be wrong. But it was, again, on the cable machine, and at a cable, and you sort of, you know, you start up here, you slash it down. Whoa. You know, it was a bit like that. So when I was doing that, I really liked those. They made me feel really strong because it was working so much at once. But I understand what he's doing at the moment. He's trying to really isolate all the little muscles and get those firing so everything's working together. So I'm not having little bits that are getting tired out, I think. I'm going to assume that's the idea. Anyway, so this week, like, today is Thursday. This is not my normal day to be with trainer Kevin at the gym. Normally it's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but this week he had like a training thing on Wednesday, so we rescheduled to today. And he was late. He was like 15 minutes late because he'd just forgotten, and it's like, and then I'm confused because, like, I know I saw him yesterday, but then the girl at the desk was like, oh, I knew he was sick yesterday. So it's like, oh, it's okay, I don't care. As long as he makes up his time. I mean, he did, but I don't know. Okay, anybody else who's watching this, if you could just, I mean, I don't want to be an asshole, because he seems like a really nice guy, but at the same time, it's $40 a session. And, I mean, when we're working, it's awesome, because there's like, I feel like I'm getting loads of stuff done, but I feel like if my appointment's for 11:30, and, like, consistently, I'm hanging around, and, like, 5 minutes after, do you know what I mean? So we're, like, at 11:35, and somebody always has to, like, let you know, and I know that he's really new, and I know that I'm, like, I think he's got another client now, Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be picky and I don't want to be bitchy, but, you know, and then, like, we always finish up, like, 5 minutes early. And so I think I'm paying for an hour and I'm getting 50 minutes. But see, I feel picky for saying it. I feel picky and I feel bitchy and I don't want to say anything because, like, what am I going to say? You know, worst case scenario, I have to be like, hey, could I have a different trainer, please? And then, like, I don't want people to be assy with me because he is a nice guy. I don't know. It's kind of shit. Anyway, so that's... But other than that, oh, I'm up to 3 kilometers on the elliptical machine with, like, nothing, you know? And like I said, one of the biggest things I have to work on is getting my... Oh my god! Not just that. There's this machine that's like, it's like a rowing ab thing. I can move 125 pounds of my abs, is basically what I'm saying. That's fucking awesome. So my back. I meant to say my back. But I can still do 85 pounds of my abs, which is really good because, like, I'm almost equal now, or I'm much more in the realm of equal. And what else? 3 kilometers in 40 minutes on the elliptical machine. And to activate my hamstrings more, I'm going on a lower elevation and higher resistance. So I'm on, like, the elevation is on 4 and my resistance is on 8, and then I will take at least sort of half a kilometer and I'll actually run that backwards to really make everything, because I hate my body so much. So I'm just taking out everything on it. But I mean, the thing is, I feel loads stronger. I'm definitely starting to notice a difference. Not a huge difference, you know? It's not a shocking difference, but a difference in my clothes. I think, give me a week and we're not retaining so much water, and, you know, it'll be different again, because, you know, it's awesome. I'm having thin days again. You know, I got so used to having fatter days. You know, it's good. It's good. You know, I mean, so that's really awesome. I'm loving that. What else? Just trying to be really good to myself. Trying not to eat so much shit. If I'm gonna eat shit, trying to eat low-fat shit and be more sensible about my portion controls. And I picked up a box of stevia sweetener, which tastes like monkey balls. But I do drink a fair bit of coffee. I love caffeine and I need it to live. So therefore I can justify the coffee as long as I stop trying to justify the sugar, because I have to have some sort of milk in there. It's so bad because I'm back up to coffee cream again, and it's like, oh, Jesus. You know, you get so good about that sort of thing for so long, and then you're worse about it again. It's really annoying. So I have to, first, I'm going to find a sweetener that doesn't taste like monkey balls, but I'm going to use this because it was expensive. I've put out some feelers online to figure out if it's just the brand that I bought, because I've never had stevia before in my life. So, and you know, it's like, you know, some sweeteners, some brands are okay, and some brands actually do taste pretty much like sugar, and then other brands, they taste like weird and they give you fuzzy teeth. So I'm thinking that maybe that's just what this is, and that I bought the cheap brand and I got what I paid for. But it was still, even for the cheap brand, it was still a bit of money, so it's still gonna have to get used. So even if I just wind up chucking it in smoothies, and I have to get a new blender because the blender did that thing that blenders do where the seal went, so it started spewing smoothie all over, which is really annoying because I was really enjoying those and there was a really great way to get my fruits in. So yeah, anyway, so there's that. And let me think, what else? Oh yeah, finally, I'm gonna have to come on and in here. Ooh, I'm gonna hold it right here. It's gonna be the link to Fitocracy. There is an app for Apple. There isn't an app officially for Android. There's a sort of crazy jailbroken floater app you can find online. I'm not gonna risk it because I don't want to break my phone. But I mean, I just use it through the web browser and it works really awesome actually, and I don't have any issues with it. Just through my phone itself. It's really great. If you're a bit of a gamer, you're a bit of a geek, I think you'll enjoy it. You know, everything has like an experience point value, even stretching. You know, so give it a try and see how you think, because right now I like to think of myself as a level 10 chunky monkey. That's right, because I reached level 10 today and I had a really big workout. Oh my god, and I went and I did my set with Kevin, and then I went and I did 3 kilometers on the elliptical machine. It's so weird because I am exhausted because I didn't sleep very well last night. But I'm not really sore, but I definitely know that I've done a lot, if that makes sense. It's been a long day. But yeah, so that's where we stand today. If I get a chance at all this weekend, I will post up an official weight if I remember to do so. If not, I will see you back here next week for another update, because I would like to point out that even if I haven't actually literally lost a pound, I can fit quite nicely into my pretty size 16 jacket, which I bought going to, I bought going into it thinking I can't actually and should not wear this in public. It was a button popper, but it got on physically. And now it looks pretty nice. And so that's pretty awesome. So I'm pretty happy with that. I feel really good about that. So yeah, I think that's going to be sort of what I do from now on. If I'm out shopping and I happen to see something on a good sale and it happens to be a size smaller than what I'm wearing right now, that's fine, because I will purchase it and then I will wear it. And do you know what? I will work my way into it, because, you know, giving myself an overall goal of some slinky pretty dress is silly, because I want to wear the pretty things now. And if I put a goal too far away, I'm not going to reach it. I'm going to get too tired and I'm going to go to sleep, because that's how I work. I like as instant gratification as I can have, and I'm so pleased with myself. And also, I'd like to point out that I think my face looks slightly less fat. I don't know how true it is. You can tell me in the comments below if it's not true. I'm going to say that today I am having a not fat face day. Let me have a look. Yes, the chin is slightly less. Okay, let's not turn our heads that way. But I like to think I'm getting cheekbones back, which is nice. Anyway, so that was everything that I had to say today about that. And I will see you soon. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you would like to question or comment anything, make any suggestions, just leave it below or message me somewhere up here, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you, and bye.